Hey.
Excellent. So before we got started, Des and I were just chatting about terrible movies we've been seeing, so I think that might be something that's going to keep us entertained as we play this game. Tonight, I have selected that we are going to be playing Astropop Deluxe. I purchased this game in the recent Backwards Compatibility sale for the whopping price of $2.50, because I played a demo of it many, many years ago and thought the demo was pretty good, but that $10 was too much to pay for it. I was probably right that it was too much to pay $10 for this, but for $2.50, I think I'm going to get the value out of it. Now, I described this game to you earlier as a PopCap version of like Breakout. I think that may have been an inaccurate statement. I did some additional research between when I said that and now, and it is not exactly Breakout. It has some similarities in the style, but it's much more of a standard puzzle color match 3 thing. But it does have a lot of other things going for it. It is still a Bejeweled product, although the developer is Oberon Games. I don't know if you know Oberon. Do you know Oberon?
I don't think so.
Oberon is the production company that is responsible for a lot of adventure games, including the Gabriel Knight series.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
You mean the series that killed adventure gaming?
The series that killed adventure gaming. She's still making games, and this is one of them.
Okay.
So this is a Puzzle Match 3, which has Survival Mode and Classic Game. The Classic Game, we're going to start off with a couple of characters. These Turbot and Vix are locked, and we can only unlock them through playing through the game. Eventually, because I'm a completionist and an achievement hunter, I'm going to have to get to the final level with all 4 of these characters. This is going to take a little while. But you guys are only going to be here to see it start. We're going to play about an hour of this game and see if we can have some fun doing it, or at least make fun of it for not being as enjoyable as it should be then.
Well, and I thought of some topics if we ran out of things to say about this game.
Oh, good.
One of them is a discussion of why Final Fantasy IX is the best Final Fantasy game.
No, this is interesting. I was just talking to someone over on True Achievements about the Final Fantasy series, and I laid out, the main Final Fantasy games. So take out all the side games, all of the spin-off titles. It has to be Final Fantasy number, no sequels. And even then...
What about the MMOs?
No MMOs, right. So 11 and 14 are out. So we got 9 games, because this was through 13 at that point. 15 hadn't been in the list. And 9 was nowhere near the top of the list.
No.
I think it was third from the bottom.
I think 9 would be a very controversial choice for best Final Fantasy game.
I agree. So that'll give us something excellent to talk about. In the meantime, we get to choose between Vector, who looks like he is supremely caffeinated, or Sprocket, who's got a wrench. So that's pretty cool.
Well, and it looks like we have to choose between a plasma cannon and a fusion warhead.
I don't know. Those both sound pretty good.
That is tough. I feel like a fusion or the plasma cannon would be more kind of classic Space Invaders or something.
Yeah, and Vector is also in first position, so he's obviously the one that you're supposed to pick if you don't know what you're doing, which is pretty much where we are. So, all right, let's start off with Vector. So this is the tutorial. Grab and release. Grab by pressing pretty much any button, and then release by pressing one of the other buttons. And so it's match 4 the same color. When I was watching some folks play, it was stacking up 3 in a row a lot. That's why they were setting up chains. If you manage to get 4 touching, they will all explode, even if they're not in a line. So if you see at the bottom of the screen, it's making this L shape, and they're all popping.
Yeah.
Alright, tutorial. I'm not moving the controllers here. This is not a tutorial. This is the game playing itself.
Well, you're supposed to be pressing A.
Welcome to Astropop.
Alright, so, okay, you vacuum them up and then spit them back out.
Yeah, and you have to alternate button presses, otherwise it's not going to work, obviously. Which is fine. It's exactly how you'd expect it to work, but it's going to take me a little while to learn the controls. And periodically, the level will move up. Oh, that's not where I wanted to put it.
it's funny because I was thinking about Breakout. I don't know. My computer has buffering problem.
Buffer!
I'm frozen, of course. So I can't see what you're doing, but I can hear you.
It's not very impressive, so...
Okay. Well, then I was just going to talk about Breakout, because
Which
it
was
got
what we
me
thought we
thinking
were
about
playing.
we thought we were going to play Breakout, and it got me thinking about my personal history with video games, especially early consoles like the Atari 2600. And I was reminded of the game Revenge of Doe, Arkanoid, where the bad guy was Doe, and then Revenge of Doe, which was kind of the sequel to Arkanoid. And came out Arkanoid, I think, in 1986, and I played on the Apple IIgs, and I played the shit out of that game, like, over and over and over and over again. It had this advancement over standard Breakout where you had power-ups. You could hold the ball on your paddle if you got the right thing that dropped down and you sucked it up, you know, and different things like that.
So it's actually interesting that you mentioned Arkanoid, because Arkanoid was one of the titles that was available in the backwards compatible sale.
Oh, and you passed on Arkanoid and you got this instead? Mistake.
Yeah.
Mistake.
It turns out that probably was a mistake, but going based on what I remembered from the demo and other things, I decided that this was the one that would probably appeal to me more long term. It's also, you know, you see Bejeweled, you know you're going to get some sort of polish out of it. It'll be just one more level-esque, with, you know, this catchy new age music in the background that you can hear.
Combo.
I'm back. I actually decided to refresh because I remembered how Windows worked.
We had some fun setting this up.
It's been a rough day.
Yeah, Mixer, aka Beam, as we know it, did not want to play nicely with us to test this out. But we are here for your enjoyment, hopefully.
Yeah, so that made me think about my very first ever interaction with a video game. I was trying to figure out what it was, and I realized it was playing Donkey Kong on the ColecoVision, and that my family has been into video games for a long ass time.
Well, I mean, we are getting old now, so at some point it's just...
We are old, but how old were you when you first used a console?
My first console was the Nintendo Entertainment System, which I started playing in probably 1987, because I was recovering from a hip injury at that point, and so I was 6.
Yeah, because we had the Atari 2600, the ColecoVision, the original Sega, of course the Nintendo when it came out, but we had been playing video games on consoles for years when it came out. When we got a Nintendo. I don't know if we got it when it first came out.
Yeah, it came out and it just was, oh, that's a bad combo. I need to get my combos higher. I'm not playing this at my peak efficiency yet.
Yeah.
Incoming distress call! This is Vix of Planet Protox. Crackle. See, this is the storytelling that we have come to expect from Gabriel Knight. Next episode.
Oh my gosh.
Time is short. See, he's super hyper-caffeinated. He wants to go rescue her. You know, she's all a cute alien. Part 1 of 9.
Part 1 of 9. Oh
But I can't.
gosh.
Get ready.
We gotta spread out the story. This intense story, it's too intense. We gotta spread it out over 9 chapters to have more gameplay in between.
Just they don't want to bog you down with exposition. They want to keep the
You want a
plot
story and a
racing
backstory?
along.
No. We get action.
Yeah, we're not backstorying. This is Dark Souls. You don't have a backstory.
Huh. Okay. I probably used that terribly. That did not feel right.
I think that was supposed to be special.
It was special, and it said 15%, so it's like, okay, cool. So I did something with it. Oh, that's
And then you
probably
hit
a
one
mistake.
brick.
Good job. Good job. I definitely. Oh, that's not good.
Well, so the early female game designers, speaking of Oberon, you know, Jane Jensen is working again.
Yeah, this is one of hers, or at least one of her
and,
companies.
but she personally has done some.
Why am I beeping?
Adventures.
Oh, I'm losing that thing.
That's gonna explode.
No, it didn't explode, but if I got to it in
It
time,
didn't
I could,
explode.
yeah, I could have used it to get points, and I didn't get points. It's like, hear me, get me points. That was good. There we go. That's what you're supposed to do. That was almost like I planned it or something.
We'll just pretend you did.
Yeah. Everyone?
She did the game Cognition, which I have played some of. I haven't finished it. And in 2012, not recently. But it's kind of interesting because it has a comic book graphic artist did the artwork for it, and it's done through stills. So you walk around and everything, like click on stuff like in a normal adventure game. But the cutscenes are all comic book stuff.
Interesting. Oops, I don't think that was right.
What happens when the Earth touches the...
That's, I only have 28
Apparently
seconds,
nothing.
so that may be my timer indicator.
Maybe that's when your time runs out.
But I have 22 seconds left, so that's still a lot of time here. Oh, I can't do that. That is bad. I need 4. Oh, 3 seconds. No. Oh, that's bad. I need to go faster than that.
Yeah. Yep. Just not impressed so far.
No, I'm clearly not good at this game.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think you and I have played a game you were good at. I mean, that hasn't really been our thing.
No, I've not shown off a lot of skill here. But and that's the thing. The games that I'm looking at playing here are going to be games that I'm still not going to be good at, but they're also going to be incredibly boring. So we have that to look forward to.
Not only will I not be good at them, but they'll be terrible.
And hopefully that will entertain. Because
Well,
that seems to be effective.
maybe you could play an interesting game.
Yeah, I could do that.
I'm trying to think what you could play.
What am I good at? That's the question.
Collecting feathers in Assassin's Creed.
I was good at that. I did do all that.
That's what I'm saying. What about?
I have a lot of patience.
What about Faster Than Light? Did you ever play that?
I haven't, but I haven't played it yet. I've spent money on a game I haven't played. It's horrible.
I don't know who does that. I've never done that. I'll give you PlayStation news.
Okay.
I feel like this is probably the perfect venue for that.
Someone has to hear it because I'm not going to tell them.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is delayed.
Yep. That's
Not
more
all of this
generic.
is going to be PlayStation exclusive. There's another Life is Strange game in development.
I've heard that as well, and that is, not surprising. The first one was such a hit that, of course, they're going to do more.
Yeah. And then we already talked about Tom Holland is going to be Nathan Drake.
Yeah, and I mentioned to you that I thought it was that he was too old, and you came back like, you know,
Too young.
Sorry, too young. See, this is what it comes up. I start saying stupid stuff because I'm look, caution. So that's it. I'm gonna blame everything stupid on the game. Anything that I do in the game that's stupid, I'm gonna blame on actually having to talk about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nathan Drake's going to be played by Tom Holland, which is an amazing catch for them because Tom Holland's clearly going to be a great actor for quite a while. He's got all the chops, unless he just goes completely crazy like a lot of child actors do.
Yeah, like if he has some kind of meltdown and never wants to be Spider-Man again and whatever. Tobey Maguire style. Too bad he didn't quit Spider-Man because they were going to replace him with Jake Gyllenhaal.
That would definitely have been better.
Would have been better.
So he's a good actor. He's got skills. He can do all the stunt work that they want him to do because he's clearly very athletic. And you were talking about how, you know, the Drake in Uncharted is just in his 20s. So it's a bit of a stretch, but as I said, you know, makeup will fix a lot of things.
Yeah, and Nathan is born in 1975 or 1976. So, because he's in his 40s now. But, you know, obviously they're gonna either bring the games forward a bit.
Probably, yeah.
You know, and not have him be born in 1975.
That seems like the simplest
Would be my
solution.
guess. Let me go back to my news. If anything else. No, just some, you know. Ubisoft had the Far Cry teasers. Gwent, of course, you know.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. A game where you collect cards. You're looking forward to it?
Yeah, shock.
Oh, weird.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
What is happening? What is happening?
Caution! I got a brick that I can't get rid of because I'm an idiot. There we go. That doesn't get rid of that. That doesn't get rid of that.
Yay!
Oh, I can't even get over.
No.
Okay.
Ooh,
Okay.
bought yourself some time.
Yep. Get that. Get that. That's not what I wanted. I wanted this one. Okay,
Move the two blue ones. There you go.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, you got them on both sides now.
Now I'm hosed. This. Oh, I have
Your ship is
I have a
about to
super
crash.
weapon.
Oh, activate!
This warning will not be
That's why
displayed
now.
next time.
Don't forget you have a super weapon.
Oh, that's great. That's good. That is good. And, you know, the only thing that they need now is like microtransactions that I can buy more of these.
Buy more. Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Oh dear, you're not gonna be. It can't save you because you can't get under them. Oh, wait, you somehow have.
Okay. Success.
Good job.
I only failed a little bit. There's also this rank button. I can see if any of my friends have played this game, I guess. Oh no, Shield Scrimmer. I need 125,000 points to get the next rank, which I
Ooh.
got 39,000. Yeah, so that's a little ways. Clearly the game
The
doesn't
other
think very much of my
PlayStation
skills.
Yeah, I don't think it does. Death Stranding has an official trailer.
What's that one?
That is Hideo Kojima's first movie since he got sprung from Konami. So he's doing a game for Sony. Sony hired him
Well, I mean, why wouldn't you?
to make. Well, right, like.
This is only going to be a
make a unique
success,
game.
so...
And Guillermo del Toro is involved again.
Because...
Um, because I guess they got into each other when they were doing Silent Hills before Konami canceled it.
It's like, we really want to finish that project. Unless
We
you're
just have
talking
to
like
call
a
it
more
something else.
generic kind of getting into each other, which, you know, I don't know. This is
Well,
not good.
Kojima, I mean, he has not been shy about the fact that he thinks the most important part of character design is the butt.
Right.
Rather
Because you
it's
spend
male
all
or
that time
female.
looking at it.
Because you stare at it the whole time. No. And he hired Maz Mikkelsen to be in Death Stranding and tweeted, because no one looks more beautiful covered in blood. So
Probably true.
he may be open to experiences. But the thing about Death Stranding is he said he wants to explore tools, and he thinks the first tools humans would have used would have been a stick and a rope. And the video games have explored sticks for years, but have not explored ropes. And this game's mechanics are going to be about ropes.
Well, I do think that there are probably games that have used ropes a lot, but probably not the way he's talking about, like metaphorical ropes or something.
Based on the trailers, people appear to have umbilical cords of some kind.
Well, that
Everyone
makes
has
perfect sense.
cables coming out of them that they can attach to things, including other people. So there seems to be something with that.
You know, he's Japanese.
Well, and he's weird too, you know?
He's weird for Japanese.
Yeah.
There we go. That looks better.
That was better.
More of that, please.
So, yeah, and so they did a Q&A at like the Dubai Comic-Con or one of those, and people were asking Mickelson about his role as the villain in the game, and he said, well, I'm not sure I am the villain, but to be honest, I didn't understand the plot. I said, sounds like a Hideo Kojima game.
Through and through.
I'm not sure anyone understands the plots of any of those games.
Oh dear. That's okay. What am I doing here?
This only green. That's your only chance, right?
Okay, so I get rid of that, and now I do that. Oh, jeez.
Nope.
Whoop. Okay.
Well, you survived that.
I'm still doing okay. Okay. I get this, and I get this. I'm gonna leave a block. Alright, well, at least I'll have time, and I didn't leave nearly as many. So, I count this as more of a victory than the last one, even though clearly it's still really bad.
Ouch. 17.
No, he's really happy about it, though. He's got the finger guns going.
He is excited.
There's
Look at his little plasma cannon trembling.
something really wrong with his grin. What? Ooh?
Oh
Ooh?
my.
What?
Jeez.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go on now before he spends too much time looking
down.
at
It's like when he looks down and he has that weird grin, and then he makes the O face.
that. And he raises something to his mouth.
So it's like he's. I mean, maybe the plasma cannon is a metaphor for something.
So much of life is.
This game is not great.
It is not as good as I was.
It's not terrible.
I have, you know, I can't say I have complaints. And again, I paid the right price for it. Which is not the iron price.
True.
I did pay for it. I need yellow.
So I've been playing Persona. That's That's what I've been doing.
Okay.
That's a Sony thing.
Well, I know Persona. Just because I'm on Microsoft gear all the time doesn't mean that I don't know what those games are.
And it is so JRPG to the point where I'm like, God, this is a lot of cutscenes. Like I'm exhausted.
That's probably a bad sign when you're saying that.
By how many cutscenes there have been. I've been playing for 2 hours, and all I've done is take the subway to school.
Okay.
Now that was hard because it was the actual Tokyo subway.
So everyone who's playing this game knows
For
exactly
an
what that
American,
is.
you know, that was rough.
Oh God! Help me! Not you. You're fine. Okay. This. Yes. All these buttons. Oh gosh. Okay. That's a problem. I'm coming down here. I need.
Ooh, you
Not-
need yellows
yeah.
really badly.
Got some yellows. Here we go. There we go. Okay.
No. Oh, phew.
Oh jeez. Oh, I can't get over.
No.
Super weapon.
Oh yeah, super weapon. Whew. That was pretty good.
I'm not dead. So
And that's a pretty old mechanic, having to keep track of
your own.
a super weapon.
It looks like the point totals are actually cumulative because, I mean, I've been getting increased points every level, which I knew, but the ranks seem to be going up. I'm never actually at one of these ranks, and it seems to be based on my cumulative score, so that seems okay. I can get more points now. The further you get in, the better. Phew, just in time.
Ooh, more plot.
Well, can't chit-chat all day.
Chance to save her planet from destruction.
Now we can select Vix next time we play a game. So I'm apparently not bad enough that I couldn't unlock the first playable character.
Woo!
Get ready.
That was my excited woo. Uh-oh. Toxic blocks.
Oh, destroy it. What happens if it infects other blocks?
Yeah, they don't tell us what the consequence is.
That means it's either terrible or it doesn't matter at all. I'm guessing terrible.
Yeah, they want you to be surprised.
Surprise! Sometimes it's not good to be surprised.
Yes. I don't like surprises in games necessarily.
Plot surprises. Plot surprises.
I'll tell
are
you
okay.
an unfortunate surprise of Persona was having to use the Tokyo subway. And that was rough.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's why the colors go away. Oh, that's bad.
So you can't plan ahead.
Well, it's not like I'm planning ahead anyway.
That's true.
Let's be real here.
I was gonna pretend like you were though.
Oh, my yellow's gone. I need some
How
stuff.
are you even gonna get rid of these? Oh, there you go.
Yeah. But I need yellow. There we go. Yellow. Oh no, you! Oh! Okay, now I lose.
Your super weapon is not even close to charge.
That's halfway. But yeah, I can't even get rid of stuff right now.
No.
I'm stuck. I'm dead.
Ah.
I'm dead!
Oh,
Level
no, you're
9, I die.
No.
This is bad. Goodbye, cruel world! Game over. But I can continue from level 9, so it's okay.
Welcome to
Now that I know what that does, we can try again. Oh, that's not nice. It starts off in the wrong spot.
You have no point.
Oh! Well, that's not nice. So
No.
I think points are important in this game. I mean, obviously points are important in every game, but like they actually do stuff here. My points are all gone. I'm so bad. Feels bad, man.
So when I told my brother-in-law about the Witcher TV series that's coming out, because he's a Witcher super fan, he even played the first Witcher game, the one that was such an awkward mess to play that it actually spawned the phrase PC Master Race. And most people have not played.
It's on my
So
list to
his
get to
response
eventually.
to, I think it's just clunky. I think is all.
Yeah.
Like the mechanics are clunky. But his response to the message was, "I hope Michael Fassbender can play Geralt."
That'd be a good choice. But you said it was some Polish dude, right?
It's a Polish language TV show, I believe. So it will probably be some Polish dude.
I mean, unless you want to get.
And I think he was
Oh, why am I
making
blanking
an
on that actor's
Assassin's
name?
Creed joke.
I get jokes. Ron Perlman. Get Ron Perlman to do it. Except he looks nothing like Geralt, but he can speak Polish probably.
Or is it Geralt? What is the correct pronunciation?
I don't know. I pronounce it Gwent. Give me the card game.
All you do is play cards.
Yeah, I
Alright,
play
I'm
a lot
looking
of
it
card
up.
games.
Geralt of Rivia. C.
That's a nice ability.
I have to bingle this because I can't. I'm in Edge.
Right, we were having so much difficulty getting Beam to work right that we were playing around with all kinds of stuff we wouldn't normally use, like Edge, like I guess Bing.
Bing.
Bing, tell me what we're doing wrong.
Help me, Bing.
You're my only hope. And that's not a good sign. Oh, that.
Alright, according to the interwebs, it's Gerald.
Geralt, so hard G.
Gerald. They kind of swallowed the alt. Makes sense, it's Gerald. In not Polish.
Germanic hard language.
Yeah.
So I keep forgetting that, you know, CD Projekt Red is not in, like, Hungary. I've got a couple of game companies that I like that are European, but I'm American, so Eastern Europe is like, it's Bosnia-Herzegovina, and that's all there is, right? It's all Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Well, CD Projekt Red is in Warsaw.
Right, and I know the name of that city. That's Poland. Okay, I got Poland. There we go. But I was like, for a second, wait a minute. What's Poland? Warsaw. Where's Warsaw? Yeah, over there somewhere. Far, far away. Need a blue. Need some yellows. Oh my gosh. Oof.
Well, and not to get too history about it, but Poland's borders have been fluid.
It's not exactly the Poles' fault either, let's be fair.
Yeah. I mean, the 20th century was really rough on them.
But it's not like the 19th century was that much better.
The 19th century also sucked. The books were originally written as an allegory of the Polish mistreatment by the Soviet Union. But because they couldn't talk directly about that, it was kind of a say one thing and everybody recognizes the other.
Yep.
And that's something that's, you know, totally lost in the video game.
And they were just looking at good story for the most part. But, you know, that's
Yeah.
life in general. Hey, it is a good story. Get this here, get this here. Oh, why? Why did I pick up blue?
If the red ones will go. There you go.
I need this red. Give me your clothes.
You have some pretty serious poison in the row that's coming down towards you.
Go away, I need a green. There we go. Okay, that's better. You. Okay. Okay, that. Get this green here. No, this one.
This is what Jane Jensen is doing with her time. I'm not impressed.
It is. I mean, to be again, this is a game that her production company made.
Right, yes. Did she personally work on this? Probably not.
Oh, there we go. That's more like it. Nice.
We'll
That's
just
more
pretend
like
that
it.
was on purpose.
Well, I mean, you get enough blocks on the screen, and eventually stuff goes on. That's really what it comes down to. That is the no-ho-ho strategy
Okay.
for all of these games.
Bonus round
I have 60 seconds to score.
to pop all the bricks
Yeah, same as before. And if I don't pop bricks, then I lose a lot of points, and it's time.
per brick. Yeah.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Sad.
You
I wonder if
only
those
lost
gray ones hurt me.
7,500.
Nope, the brick
Oh,
ones
the
hurt
gray
too.
ones counted.
Yeah.
Ah.
Level 12, checkpoint! I earned another checkpoint. Oh, I have to beat the level for a checkpoint. Plus, if I beat the level, I get a neck parade.
Woo! It's my super
Okay.
excited for you noise.
we're increasing the excitement level. The excitement level is reaching 2!
I was gonna say, turn it up to 3.
Oh, that's bad when we're running the same jokes.
Yeah.
That one actually was intentional. I'm getting good at the game. No,
Oh, well, that's famous last words.
yeah.
You know what? You have your plasma cannon. You could clear out these poisons before they screw you.
But if I do that, then I can't use it. But it charges up, so yeah, I should probably use it again. Yes. Sometimes it seems like you ought to save it, but most of the time it charges fast enough that I want to keep it going and use it more often than I am, I think. Grab a red, grab a green, some yellows over here. Combos everywhere.
This is a game that I would like on my phone.
Yes, this
When I'm
is
like
very
waiting around for
casual.
something. Oh, we could talk about your feelings about the games with gold this month.
Honestly, I think it was a bit of a disappointment. Oh, that's no good. Okay, I fixed it. Right now, though, I can't even remember why I thought that. Because I don't remember what was in it.
Well, I have the list. So, you have speedrunners.
Right, so that's the brand new
what-
one that people have been waiting for a while. It's out on PC, but we don't have it yet on consoles. So it's a competitive platformer with maybe a cooperative aspect to it. It looks interesting, and I'm totally okay with getting a game like that every once in a while. The odd part about it is when it comes out as a Games with Gold, and we've had a couple of those come out as Games with Gold, and most of the time they've been disappointments. You know, we have the big story in Games with Gold history of Zeros, which was just a buggy mess at release. And it's better now, but there's so much chance for it to go wrong at launch, and then it just destroys that game's reputation. So when it comes out for free at the start, it's like, we could never actually sell this game, so we're going to give it away through this program and get a couple of bucks for it. And that doesn't bode well for anybody. And I don't know that that's the case here, but it looks that way sometimes.
Alright, so then there was Watch Dogs.
Right, and that one was disappointing because I had just bought it fairly recently on one of the deep discounts, but I hadn't actually played it yet. So anytime you buy a game and you haven't played it before it's being announced as a deeper sale or goes free with Games with Gold or something like that, that's always disappointing. But I'm not too disappointed because I bought it clearly because I wanted to play it. It looked interesting to me when it came out, but it wasn't something I wanted to play right then. Now, maybe. So, decent choices on the Xbox One. No complaints there.
Phantom Dust.
Phantom Dust it's already free to play, but it comes with the Gold, Games with Gold means for the month, some of the paid DLC will be active somehow. I haven't really looked into that enough to know how it works, but the Phantom Dust mechanic does apparently involve collecting cards, so I'll probably be all over that.
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh.
And we also have more plot here.
Oh, we have plot. I'm sorry.
We have to give a status report. We went off our course to rescue that girl, and now our
cigar in an oxygen-rich environment.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. Okay.
So he hasn't exploded yet, and he's very upset with us because we didn't do what we were supposed to. He's clearly one for following the rules.
Obviously. Although he is coughing and rasping, so I guess that's consistent with his cigar smoking.
So yeah, that's all there. So and then on the Xbox 360,
Get ready.
I don't remember. So back to that.
It was Assassin's Creed 3.
Oh yeah, I was actually pretty happy about that. Even though I've played the game and beaten it, having a free copy is nice because I didn't actually own it previously. I borrowed a copy to play it.
Oh, so if you ever wanted to go back to it.
Exactly.
You have
Except the downside with that is that there is insane DLC that has never gone on sale, basically, and it's so expensive. It's really off-putting.
And then Dragon Age Origins.
Again, another one that I've had for a really, really long time, and that one I bought ages ago. I can't complain about that. Being a game that's now free for other people.
Well, and that one would be useful if you could take your DLC from the disc and link it to it somehow. Then you wouldn't have to deal with the disc anymore.
Right.
I mean, it's not great, but... So that was it, huh? That was
Yeah. Yeah. Decent stuff.
Yeah, we don't know what we're getting yet. All we know is that they're overhauling the program, which of course everyone loves to hear.
Because there were so many complaints. That's the thing. We love to complain about free stuff, right? If it's free, we want to complain because we had stuff and now we have more stuff, but it's not the stuff we wanted, so therefore we're going to complain.
Well, and I generally don't have a lot of complaints about the games, especially since they started making the Vita titles cross-play with the PS4. And that for a while now, anything that was Vita has been playable on the PS4. So before, I wasn't getting anything out of Vita.
Right, it'd be like if Microsoft tried to make it all Windows Phone related. We'd be all like, what?
Right.
Who has a Windows Phone? Literally 0.8% of the market.
Yeah, like nobody cares. Oh, apparently There's some rumors about some games. Let me see. These are almost always wrong.
Those are the
I don't
best.
know how good
At least they're entertaining.
they're always, yeah. Okay, so apparently PlayStation Turkey jumped the gun and tweeted. This is usually what
is
happens.
he a person on like Twitter? I don't do
No,
the Twitter,
it's usually-
so
This is usually what happens. It's usually the German PlayStation, actually.
well, what happens with Xbox as well, where a foreign language market gets it released early, and it's not even like intentional. It's just they put the target on sale for free a day early or something, and then everyone's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, hey, that's the one. I guess we're getting that."
Yeah. So that's happened a few times with PlayStation Germany. So I guess it's PlayStation Turkey this time.
Yeah, it's usually like Brazil for us.
So it's Killing Floor 2 and Life is Strange.
That's not too bad.
Well, I mean, I already played Life is Strange and I own it. But that's exactly the kind of game I like to get for free. I've gotten almost all of the Telltale games I have from the free monthly games.
Yeah, again, no complaints. For me, at least. And anytime anything is free, it's no real complaint, but and I've mentioned this before when I blog about it. It's like, we're so insane. We get good stuff or stuff that we didn't have before, and it doesn't matter that we didn't have it before and now we have it. We complain because the thing that we got for free wasn't what we wanted. It's insane.
Well, and the way that I think about it is I pay $60 a month for this. This is $5 or $60 a year or $5 a month.
Yeah, $60 a month. PlayStation is totally soaking you guys.
PlayStation is, yeah. PlayStation's out of control.
They did raise the prices
60
though recently.
Well, and then they rolled it back.
They didn't man up and own it. They're like, no, it really is that expensive. The market forces, huh?
It's something happened because the last time
I thought the Japanese didn't respect market forces.
that's only Nintendo.
Yeah, so we can talk about the Switch then, eh?
Oh my gosh! Well, I will bag on Nintendo all day. I have a friend whose husband works for Nintendo. It's they baffle me. That's all I'll say.
I think they baffle pretty much everyone. They literally tell people through their actions that they do not want money. And that's an odd thing for any company to say, even a Japanese company.
And you know, we've talked about this before, but I think the big difference for me between Sony and Nintendo is that Sony seems to have an understanding that they're not going to fully comprehend every market, and they hire people to do that. You know,
It's your job to understand this market so that we don't have to.
right? So you know, there's Sony Entertainment Europe, and they do their thing, and they make David Cage games. You know, press X to Jason.
I got almost 1 million points.
So close. So close. Oh, apparently it went up to $59.99. I guess it was something else before. It must have been $49.99.
Yeah, $60 a year. I think that
Oh,
might
they
be
gave us
retail.
like a year of notice. So now I remember. I upgraded early so that I wouldn't have to deal with it.
Yeah, you buy a multi-year plan at the reduced price.
Yeah. But yeah, the $60 thing is, I have to get $5 worth of games a month for me to feel like I'm fine. So it's so rare that there's ever a month where I'm like, I hate everything. I wouldn't pay $5 for any of this. So. But Nintendo, so to go back, even the American branch of Nintendo is completely controlled by Japan. It's all the decisions are made in Japan. You know, they don't seem to understand what people are really looking for. They have put so many eggs in this nostalgia basket, but they're not producing anything like really new. The Wii U was a disaster, so they came out with a Switch. But the Switch is, I mean, would you want one of those?
Personally, no, but they don't stay in stock, okay?
Well,
And
yeah,
then they're
but
like, okay,
Sony,
but...
Nintendo has always been big on artificial scarcity.
Sure,
There are targets that got 5 Switches.
but then they don't make any more. They're like, no, that is literally all that we're ever going to do, because we didn't intend this to be a product.
Right. Like,
We didn't intend this to be a product.
well, and if we
So,
want to talk
therefore
about
it can't be.
the original Nintendo fuck-up of we didn't intend for this to be a product, was when Sony came to Nintendo and said, we have this idea for using CDs for games, and they co-developed the Nintendo PlayStation, and Nintendo was like, this sucks, you can just have it.
Just take it. And get out of my sight. I
Just
don't even want to
take
think
it
about it
and
anymore.
get out of here. Like, okay. Yes.
Whatever you say, boss.
Gosh. Oh, no one's ever gonna want to play games on CDs.
Their history has definitely been one of, you know, lucky into some stuff that just times the market well. But they're a really old company too, so they've been doing this for a while. Lucky into things properly.
Yeah, they're what, 19th century origin?
Yep, they were a playing card game company. See, it's all about the card games.
We had a lot of fun playing Mario growing up and whatever, but
It wasn't really Mario. Mario is not the reason why Mario was successful. I know no matter what that creator says, I can't even remember his name. He's always talking about how, you know, it was the good character design that made Mario work. No, it was the gameplay. It's always the gameplay.
yeah. Well, Mario is very satisfying. You know what to do. It's run right. Don't, you know, don't touch anything.
Don't let anything touch you. Use your fireballs.
Don't let anything touch you. You know, break bricks, and that's very satisfying.
Because, you know, the entire
will
game's
break
been built
bricks
around
all
that
day.
genre. Yes,
Yeah.
you will.
Yes, you've seen it happen.
This is why you're not allowed to play Bastion.
Right, it's like, oh, I can just smash all these things, right? For hours.
Can I do anything about that? Yes.
Yeah. Yay!
I survived for 30 seconds longer because of that, and now I'm going to die.
A horrible
I
death.
need some stuff in there, then that. Woohoo! Woohoo!
Ooh, that was so close.
I am so glad that's on video.
That was really good, actually. It's like, we'll just pretend you did that on purpose.
Yeah, I mean, because, you know, as good as anything else, right?
Yeah, why not? So,
Somehow that didn't end the level.
why were we
Usually I
talking
get
about
one of those big
Nintendo?
things with the Switch. We
Oh,
actually started
it
on
was
the
the Switch. We were making fun of the
Yeah.
Switch.
Yeah.
We never got there.
It was the unobtainable. That was 305,000 point level. That's a lot of
That's
points.
good. That's good. Yeah, the Switch, which is made out of unobtainium.
So we gotta go into Avatar Land and mine it, right?
Well, or alien, because that's where it first is used. The term.
Because
unobtainium.
it's all the camera.
It's all Cameron.
So.
Yeah. But the
So, I guess we could talk about Avatar. Did you like Avatar at all?
actually, I never saw it. I had a feeling I wouldn't like it.
Yeah, I think that is probably a fair
and I
feeling.
can be sensitive to heavy CGI, especially if it's very 3D. Like, I had to leave the theater and throw up in the opening of Mission Impossible 2 when he's climbing the rocks. So sometimes I can get sick. Which is why well, I mean, there's a lot of reasons why I didn't see Doctor Strange, but that's one of them.
Well, yeah, no, that Doctor Strange has some intense CGI, no doubt about it.
Oh no.
Yay! Thank you, Super Weapon, for charging it just the right time.
It's just the exact right moment.
Any longer, and that would not have worked.
And also Inception is another one I have not seen.
Yeah, I can understand that one as well, although that is a fantastic film that you should probably see. Just, bring a vomit bag or something.
Yeah, it's like when it's on in my living room, and I can just not be paying money for it in case I can't finish it.
Alright, I'll bring a copy.
But yeah, the Nintendo Switch. I mean, what is it got to play? Breath of the Wild. So, if you want to play Zelda. But I mean, that's it.
I honestly don't know. I was told it was a thing, and then I said that's not a thing for me. I can understand the desire for it, but it's not my desire.
Alright, Nintendo
Maximum
Switch
combo.
games, let's see. Breath of the Wild. Splatoon 2.
Splatoon?
Yeah. Splatoon 2. The sequel. Even more squid. Even more tentacles.
Yeah, this is not making sense. Is that a game that people even have
Minecraft.
nostalgia for? Minecraft? Oh, that's, of course, Minecraft's everywhere. That actually surprised me for
Skyrim.
about a split second.
Like, you want to play Skyrim on the Nintendo Switch?
How does it even
Do
handle
you?
it? How does it have enough power to play that?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how it
Because
even...
basically the gimmick of the Switch is that it's a Nintendo Entertainment System, an old NES that is handheld, so it's a Game Boy, but it's slightly
Right.
more powerful, and it has all the old games on it, and now you're going to put Skyrim on it.
Actually, you're conflating two Nintendo consoles right now.
Oh.
There's the Switch, which replaces the Wii U as the Nintendo console.
Okay.
And then there's the one that looks like an NES and has all the NES games preloaded on it.
Right.
So that one, the second one, that is finite. They're not gonna make any more. The Switch is hard to get, but they will make more. We could talk about ROMs and stuff like and emulators, and whether or not something like that Nintendo nostalgia machine is even worth it. When you could buy a similar device at Walgreens. What is that thing called? The Nintendo Classic? Yes, Nintendo
Yeah.
Classic Mini.
See, you know actually what you're talking about. I clearly don't when it comes to Nintendo.
Which is weird because I figured you would read more about this in general than I would. Although not Nintendo.
Yeah, I haven't
Okay.
had much fondness for Nintendo since the Super Nintendo. I do have an N64, but it's more a pure coincidence. Hey, we got a visitor. Hi, Ripley. How you doing tonight?
So the NES Classic is 60 for 30 games.
Right, and is that the one that they can't keep? I mean, that was the finite one. I know that we were.
That was the finite one.
I think all the stories I was telling were trying to be related to that one. I
think
almost
so.
forgot that Nintendo had made a new console because really, it doesn't matter. Nintendo making a console doesn't actually impact anything.
It
I'm in
impacts
trouble.
my brother.
Is he a
He
Nintendo
will
fanboy?
because Zelda was his whole childhood.
Okay, he's a
So,
Zelda fanboy. Yeah.
He just can't move on. He's not a Nintendo fanboy, but he's a Zelda fan.
Super Weapon. It's Super Weapon time.
So Ripley hasn't seen this game in a while.
That implies that Ripley has seen the game before, though, so
That's
this
true.
is not so much of an LP for that situation.
Yes, we're in Xbox party chat. My name is Des.
Des is a good friend of mine. I've brought her in because the few times I've tried to do this in the past, I just can't maintain the stream by myself. I can talk about games, but it's nowhere near as entertaining as if I could just talk to someone else who actually knows what they're talking about and point out when I'm wrong, which is frequent. And Des
Hi
can do that.
Ripley. If you want us to talk about something, just let us know. We're just pulling
I'm gonna die
conversations
now.
off the internet. You're gonna die. You're dead
Yeah,
now.
I'm dead. Totally dead. I blame this on Ripley. Ripley, this is your fault.
Yeah, like you were doing so great before Ripley was here. Ripley
I got
will
a million
never know.
points!
I got a million points. Sure. It happened. It totally happened.
I mean, if this was Nibbler, that'd be like World Championship. Or was that a billion, actually? I don't know. I can't remember. I watched the stupid documentary and I don't remember. Do you know the documentary
Maybe
I'm talking
you have
about?
a memory problem. No, I don't. We can talk about that.
Okay, so there was a documentary made about Nibbler, which was an arcade game in the 80s. It's basically Snake, except slightly more
Okay.
complicated, and it made history because it was the first arcade game that broke a certain point barrier, so it must have been the billion-point barrier. And it
Yeah.
could be done. It just would take, you know, the best gamers in the world like 30 hours to do it straight. So if you did that on 1/4, you were pretty good at the game. And that's
Yeah.
what the documentary is about. The first guy who did it, and then some other people who did it, and then proving that they could still
Your
do it.
super
And they're-
weapon is
Yeah,
charged.
thanks. I'm gonna need that. Too much poison.
Ripley, he's also terrible at it, so you're not the only one who's complete rubbish at this game.
Well, I do think that it's probably a pretty tough game. I don't know that anyone's...
Oh,
I've watched some YouTube videos, and people were pretty good at it, but they were not, you know, the normal
like,
people, right?
super better.
Yeah, even they were setting up combos and whatnot, but... Oh, I needed to put the blue in there. Get the blue. There we go. This is nice.
This game came with my Mad Catz arcade joystick. Mad Catz, oh my gosh.
There was a blast from the past. When they were still good, huh?
Yeah. There you go. Combo it up.
Super combo.
Well, I do enjoy this kind of puzzle game. This is one of the things I really do enjoy. When I played the demo, the fact that it was this kind of game was what it brought my appeal. I mentioned at the top of the stream that I had forgotten all about it. I bought this in the recent Backwards Compatibility sale, and I did so because I had played the demo and had memories that I enjoyed the game, but the price had never dropped. So the price finally drops, and I'm like, okay, I'll get it. but I had forgotten all about the gameplay. All I had was the memory that I liked it. So I briefly thought that this was like a Breakout clone made by the Jeweled Company. And of course, that's not even close to what it is.
Get ready.
I know that really messed me up because I prepared a lot of smart remarks about the history of Breakout games and didn't get to use them.
I mean, we started off well with that Arkanoid thing, so...
We did talk about Arkanoid. I do like Breakout.
That is
Breakout
a
type
classic game. I mean, it was... Oh, that's not good. Poisons. It is so popular because it's a good game design.
Yeah.
Yes, there we go.
Trying to think of other simple games like that. Well, you remember the time I played Peggle at your house? I have a sixth sense for games like that.
I do remember you
some
got a lot of
reason
lucky shots off.
Yeah, they were not lucky. It was skill because I have a sixth sense for games like that. We talked about the 2600 Ripley. Yeah. Breakout on the 2600. Classic.
Still have the calluses.
Game
I mean,
experience.
Is it because your
If you're
2600
not
still
20.
works, or is it because they were just that ingrained?
They were just that ingrained. Like being a lumberjack.
Well, I had initially asked for Des for an hour, and our hour is up. So, I don't know. Should we continue this for a few minutes longer, or are we done here?
I mean, we can keep going. I'm fine.
See if I can actually beat the
I have
level.
I have a Coke. I'm all good. You can get past this, yeah.
Well, I mean, there are 32 levels, so we're not going to see the end of the game, but maybe we get the next story point.
I'm just dying to know what happens to Cigar Guy.
I don't know if he actually even comes back.
Well, if he doesn't come out, then forget it. I'm leaving.
It's a waste of time.
Just why even bother? I could be navigating the Tokyo subway right now. That's some good
it's-
times.
Inside references for the stream that no one on the stream even gets.
That's right.
Mega combo.
So speaking of early childhood gaming, if we're talking about Atari 2600 and whatever,
Okay.
you know, I had siblings. You didn't, but one thing that you have to deal with a lot in siblings with one-player games, and we were always really into JRPGs, is the who's gonna hold the controller and actually make the decisions.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and then passing it back and forth and
So,
trying to be fair.
I didn't have that as a kid, but I did have similar things in that, sorry, I had a thought, but now I'm kind of...
You have your cannon. Use your cannon.
Why would I
Or
do
not, you
this?
saved yourself.
Yeah, I actually saw that. You know, we joke about how bad I am at this game, but I actually saw that. I just need a red. Yep. That time I still needed it though. Not that good. Super weapon. Anyway, so I didn't have siblings, but I had friends, and we played single-player games with my friends, and we had similar things there. It's not quite the same, because there's not the same level of sibling rivalry and fights that are bound to happen regardless. But I had
Right,
it,
like
and I
you're
have
not
some of
gonna
it
punch your
now.
friends.
I don't know, I had those kinds of friends. We did a lot of punching.
Oh. Okay.
But I also have it now with my girls, with both of them trying to fight for the controllers to play with me, but also playing Minecraft with my eldest. We're playing Minecraft story mode, so it's a Telltale game, right? So I'm doing the controls, but she's making the decisions about what we do, who we save, and it's way different than what I would do. And I'm like, I thought I was smart sometimes, but you.
She's like a tiny psychopath.
Yeah, Yeah, I have fear for my life when she gets a little older.
Yeah.
No, she's perfect, and she's doing exactly what you would expect an 8-year-old to do when it comes to these kinds of choices. Someone threatens your pet pig, you threaten them back. That's right.
Well, of course. So my sister wants to play Nier Automata. Classic, pass the controller style. Sit on the same couch, whatever.
Oh man, that's
And
gonna
I'm
be
like,
very entertaining.
Yep. Let's play the robot sex game. Have a good evening, Ripley.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah. Let's play this weird question your entire existence robot game.
Super combo.
Is that also Japanese? Because it feels very
I think it is.
Japanese. I can't imagine it's
I think
not.
I think the designer is. It's so weird. I just assume it is.
It's a fair guess. Good luck to that.
Super combo.
This is level 14. Yeah, this is not going to be a checkpoint. I think it's every 4 levels. So,
Okay.
see if I can get through a couple levels, I guess. But
So, Nier Automata is an action role-playing game. Developed by Platinum Games, published by Squeenix. Designer is Takahisa Tara.
that's definitely Japanese.
Originally released in Japan.
Super combo.
100%.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay, that was big.
yeah. I am curious about the game because the critics who haven't hated it have all said, I mean, it starts out as this fan servicey, tropey anime thing, and by the end you're questioning like the meaning
Everything.
of life. Yeah.
Well, that sounds okay.
And I'm like, I want to question the meaning of life. I'm good with that.
Did you see anything about that Japanese movie? Made some waves, and it was actually getting it's an animated movie, and it's actually getting a U.S. release, a true U.S. release, although still in art houses, because it's telling the story of 2 teens who end up swapping bodies, so the standard boy-girls thing. But what starts off as that, very stereotypical Japanese story turns into actually a really good modern introspection on life kind of piece. Can't remember what it was called, but I was reading something about it. And I know that's going to be really hard to search on. I heard some typing in the background.
It
I
is
have no-
called Your Name by
Yes.
Makoto Shinkai.
That's the one. Good job with your Google foo.
Did you question my Bingle Foo?
Yes, Bingle. We
dare
are all
you.
about Microsoft tonight. How could I forget?
Although Microsoft probably doesn't want us calling it Bingle.
No. Although, if they hear us and they like it, we're still in trouble because they're going to take
Yeah.
it and we won't get anything for it.
That's right. All of a sudden it'll be Bingle. No one will call us. Okay, so it's based on a novel.
Yes.
Premiered at Anime Expo in LA on July 3rd, 2016. Critical acclaim for both animation and emotional impact. 4th highest grossing film of all time in Japan.
Which is saying something, because they've had some big films. Mononoke Hime was huge.
Yeah. It's the 7th highest grossing traditionally animated film of all time. And the highest grossing anime film. So, there you go.
So that's a movie to check out, and I guess you hadn't heard about it, but it seems interesting. And I had a reason for bringing it up, but I've forgotten what it is already. I am
Well,
such
this is
a
making
good
me
conversationalist.
think that there's a sequel to Ni no Kuni coming out.
Oh
And
yeah,
that you
that'd
should
be
get
great.
Ni no Kuni for your PS3.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I need to do that. So that'll be on my list of used game sales.
Yep. Yeah, it's $19.99 for the definitive greatest hits, whatever, on Amazon, which is $10 off what those normally go for. But I bet on trade-in you could find it even cheaper.
Seems likely. And that's what I would go for, because I'm cheap. Sorry, original developers, you don't get much of my money. Unless you put your product on 75% off on a backwards compatible sale, and then, sure, why not?
Alright. Let's see. What else can we can talk about, Dog is having a RPG sale.
Dog?
Let's see. Good old games.
Oh, GOG. I heard dog. It's like, what the heck?
No. Now I'm having to sign into Gmail from Bingle. I feel
Everything's gonna-
dirty.
Everything's gonna fall apart.
Everything's gonna crash.
Oh, thank goodness. If I hadn't had a big chain there, I was in big, big trouble. I think I'm still in big, big trouble, but, you know, I'm a little bit alive now.
Alright. So you can get Pillars of Eternity for 60% off.
Okay, that's a pretty good one.
That's pretty good. Witcher's Game of the Year edition for 50. Shadowrun Dragonfall for 80. But I think you got one of the Shadowruns, right? Or did you get Shadowfall?
I don't remember either one of those.
Oh, Wing Commander 3.
Oh, goody.
75%
Alright.
off. Jump
Oh.
on it. Jump on it.
I hope that it
The
is,
last door. I mean, there's others. I'm just not reading them all.
level
La
16
Mulana,
checkpoint.
66. You made it.
Oh, purples everywhere. Less good. Get some yellows, put the blues over here, do that. This.
Now, can you
I'm starting to see the patterns.
mixer from your PC?
I cannot
Or
because
is
I don't have the right video card, but it is ingrained into the PC, and I could do it for a lot of games, including Hearthstone, which is something I hope to do eventually.
So the Hero
Because
Edition of
that's what the world
Pillars of
needs.
Eternity will set you back $17.99.
That's a fair price, but I'm probably still not going to buy it because it's not 75% off.
It's true. It's true.
I am too cheap.
My brother
goodness.
wants me to play Witcher, but
Well, 3, obviously, because you played 2.
3, yeah. And I'm like, you don't understand. When the one with all the DLC is less than $20, that's when I'll get it. It's just like, I
Fair
don't
with
need to
you.
I don't need to play. There are very few
half game.
RPGs they'll play as soon as they get out, without DLC.
You did pretty
being
early
complete.
with Dragon Age Inquisition.
Dragon Age Inquisition, yes, because I have 2 copies. Because I have the original game that I bought when it was just a game. And then I eventually got on sale the, greatest hits, game of the year, whatever, with all the DLC for like $20. And then gave my sister the original one.
I need something.
I don't know. If it's gonna be... No.
Die.
Died.
And I go back all the way to level
Sucks.
13. This seems to be my skill cap.
Good. Level 13. Lucky 13.
No, it's level 16 because I die at
Level
level 16
16.
and I jump back to level 13, which is the previous checkpoint. So with some practice, I could probably get past there, I'm sure, but I'm not quite good enough to get past this on a first try after, you know, just purchasing the game. But there we have it. It is a match 3. It looks a lot like Tumblestone, which has got some similar mechanics these days as a more modern game. But even Tumblestone has a lot of low graphic potential. It just has a 4-player aspect that makes it a little bit more standoutish. They turn it into something like an esport. This one seems like a fine game. It's not amazingly gripping, but I had fun with it, and it's going to be a long completion. Gotta beat level 32. Gotta beat level 32 4 times.
Wow, 4 times.
I can't beat level 16 yet.
Well, that is going to be rough. Especially, well, it might be easier with the other people depending on what their skills are.
Right, so they each have a superpower, and his is that plasma beam. Now, you know, we're really curious what was that? Ratchet?
The warhead.
Is that her name? Yeah, what the warhead would be. I'm guessing,
Yeah.
like, big explosions or something. But the mechanics don't really change.
What is
The
next
super weapon
on
going is-
your Super Sale backwards compatibility schedule,
Well,
do you think?
We were going down alphabetically, and I may jump that out a little bit, but next alphabetically will be... Let's check the great spreadsheet. Of course
You know,
it's
only a
spreadsheet.
weirdo would have a spreadsheet for games. I don't
multiple
know
spreadsheets.
who would do that. I would
Yes.
never have.
No,
I would
really? Never? Never?
never.
would you
I
ever?
would never. I've never made a game spreadsheet.
So next up would be Commander's Attack of the Genos, which is a strategy war game hexagonal combat thing.
Oh.
And that was the one that I said had a character that looked like Carmen Sandiego.
I'm just looking at it on Bingle. Turn-based strategy.
Yep.
Published by Sierra.
Right in my wheelhouse.
Oh my gosh. Sierra. Not out of
This is
business, shockingly.
This is before they went out of business, though. And then they came back.
Oh, it's
obviously.
before and then they came back.
This is
Were they
pre-bust
yep.
Sierra.
Well, yeah,
That was the publisher. They were one of the
was when
publishers.
they
The
stopped
developers.
This was the last year that they stopped being a publisher.
Yeah, and
2008
it's
when they
developed
made that
by
game.
South End Interactive. Let's see what else South End Interactive has done.
Well, and now
Probably
it's
nothing any of us have heard of.
Activision.
Yeah. Okay, so South End Interactive has done the Da Vinci Code 3D, a game called 13 as in
Wait.
XIII
There's a Da Vinci Code game?
in 3D.
That's
And
gotta
they
be so bad.
It's so bad it doesn't even have a Wikipedia link.
That's probably one of those games that would actually be on the low end of the bell curve. You know how there's never
So bad
any
it's good.
games on the low end of the bell curve? Oh my gosh. Okay, continue, I'm sorry.
No, so yeah, I'm gonna pull up the Da Vinci Code 3D as well. They also released Tecmo Bowl Throwback, Elo Milo, Sacred Citadel is also the one that's probably best known as the developer. I've played through most of that.
I was gonna
so,
say, I think I have that.
Alright, so the Da Vinci Code
Oh.
3D.
I'm on Metacritic. It has a 54.
That's actually really good, considering where we expected it to be,
A
right?
lot higher than I thought it would be.
When you start with the Da Vinci Code, you kind of have a low
Yeah.
bar.
Viewers give it mostly mediocre reviews.
Yeah. So to be clear, this is for the DaVinci Code 3D, right?
Oh, I'm looking at the DaVinci Code PlayStation 2, published 2006. Also on
Yes,
PC.
it's 2006. Yeah.
Okay, by 2K Games.
No. Although it may have been the publisher, I can't tell. I'm only
2K
looking at
could be the
developer.
publisher.
Right. So the one I'm going to be playing, I think next week will be.
The developer is Double Helix. There's
So that's
multiple
not the same
DaVinci
game then.
Code games.
I'm not surprised, but they made one called The DaVinci Code 3D. But this game that they made is called Commanders Attack of the Genos, previously known as Commanders Attack. Attack of the Genos has a Metacritic score of 72. So,
Yeah, but 72 nowadays.
solid.
is
That's a
like-
solid score.
That's like as low as anyone will go anymore. People are too afraid of getting attacked on the internet to go lower
I'm
than
not.
7. Well, you're not. But you don't work for Kotaku.
This is true. And nor would I want to. The critic reviews are 16 positive with 10 mixed. The user reviews are 3 positive, 2 mixed, 1 negative. So it's very, very middle of the road. It tends to be, if you like this style of game, you're going to have a decent time. If this is not your cup of tea, then you're definitely not going to have a good time. And even if it is your cup of tea, you might say it could have been better.
Well, and there's something to be said for, I just want to play an open world action game. So I don't care if Mad Max is the best one of those ever made, because that's just what I like to play. Or whatever.
Exactly.
You know, if it's your
So we'll
genre,
have
it's
that
your
coming up.
genre.
The one that I'm thinking about possibly moving out of order a little bit will be Dragon's Lair. I'd be trying to do that sometime in June, I think, because it is an achievement for it, of course, but also it's the achievement is for playing the game on its release anniversary. So get that tied in. It's not like a 20th anniversary to the best of my knowledge. It'd probably be more like a 30th anniversary anyway. But we'll find out what that is and try and get close to that for when we do that. But next week, Commanders Attack of the Genos.
It looks
No, thank you
like
very
it
much.
might be worth $2.
I think
right.
it probably will be. Thank you very much, Des, for coming and joining me. Thank you, everyone who stopped by, all one of you, and thank you, everyone who's watching this in the future, if you do. We appreciate your time and attention, and I'll see you next week.
Bye.